I work with every day. He drinks red Coke. That's what I
And a
call it.
pie.
It's red Coke. It's not even zero. It's red Coke.
Yeah.
No, and ciggies.
Okay.
It just burns me up inside.
Yeah.
Just does.
It's hard to be around people like that because you kind of want to, if you're going through a bit of a transformation with, having beautiful juices and eating well and running every day, and then someone that you live with or work quite closely to just doesn't understand that, and you want them to feel the way you do.
Yeah.
That's what I find is really hard with
Particularly if they're a little bit miserable in day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh, there's a couple of things that I just can't agree with.
Yeah. And you can't, I mean, for me, I try and coach clients because when you're going through your own transformation, the biggest thing is, and I find why some people can fail first go, is not having that support at home. So if your husband's not on board, your wife's not on board, or even your kids, they've still got having snacks. Like, what was a lady I was speaking to the other day? Her problem was biscuits and like lunchbox stuff which, she didn't want the kids to miss out on because she was going through this transformation for her healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
And, I was trying to give her all these different tricks and tools and things to stop eating the kids' bickies, but it's very hard.
Well, the question would be, the kids don't need the bickies either.
Well, that's true. But, then I guess it's more a convenience thing for some people. I'm actually doing it's the 22nd of July. I work quite closely with the Source Bulk Foods at Miami. Have you heard of those guys? So they do all like your nuts and dates and all that type of stuff. And I did a healthy recipe workshop a couple of months ago. The next one we're doing is lunchbox ideas, which will be perfect timing coming back from school holidays.
Yeah.
But that's a big thing. Mums don't have time to, So
and those, that mixed nut stuff, that's expensive gear.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Like a bag of that for $10 often.
Yeah.
But it's way better.
Yeah. Yeah. I think some people look at it as an initial expense. I used to be that way as well. I think, I'm not spending money on that. It's ridiculous. My grocery bills are still through the roof in comparison to what they used to be. But I think of it long term.
Yeah.
I can feel good now and save on medical bills, or I can eat the junk food, spend less money, but then probably pay for it later when the doctor's telling me I've got this many problems going on. And that's what people need to get their head around. It's a little expense now, but
I came to a conclusion recently that we got to this far in civilization, millions of years, whoever you are, but obviously we weren't depressed the whole way along.
Yeah.
And for some reason now, all these like sugary things and stuff, there's a whole bunch of, or what I mean to say, if you can eat like a caveman, not so much paleo, I don't mean like that, but definitely 13 sugars in a drink is not the same as eating an apple and getting natural sugars out of the apple, right? That's
right.
Like, so that's totally unnatural what you're doing over here. You're fooling yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's what I think, it's like that quick fix, people just think, it's like a convenience thing, but then in the long term, it's going to make you feel worse. Yeah. I remember my dad saying to me, when I first started getting on board, I was like, I need to buy all this organic stuff. And he's like, why are you buying organic fruit and veg? He's like, when I was growing up, everything was, straight from the garden. And I said, Dad, they have to mass produce everything now. Yeah. So it's, filled with chemicals and all that, junk that your body just doesn't need. So I think it's that for not just the younger generation, but the older generation getting their head around why you have to buy this way and spend money in that.
Yeah. And if you actually try and grow, like we're growing cucumbers off our balcony right now, right? Everything, and I live in the Currumbin Valley. Yeah. The soil is beautiful. Yeah. Everything is perfect. Yeah. Everything I've tried to grow over all these years has been eaten by bugs. So
it's so hard.
Imagine if you're trying to run a little farm out there.
I know.
You've got to spray it with something, it turns out.
Yeah.
Have you been up
to Freeman's?
We're there just last Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And Sunday or something. But
place.
It's a great place. But so they're growing their own gear. But they would have to use some sort of technology
Yeah.
to keep that stuff alive.
Yeah.
It's impossible. There are so many bugs
Yeah.
that just want to eat it, just
Yeah.
like I do, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
imagine that. You've got a warehouse full of, warehouse-sized greenhouse sort of full of things that you need to sell. You're in business.
Yeah.
You got to spray it. You got to keep it alive. So it's so true.
It is a hard thing. Like I remember I did have you been to Ray's at Palmy at 19th Ave?
No.
Okay. So that's like a Source Bulk Foods. They do all the nuts and stuff, but they're a little bit more of a supermarket. So they've got all your yogurts and breads and all the organic things. So I did a tour of the shop there one day, which was really interesting, and I really recommend you do it because they actually tell you about where everything comes from. They know every farmer, so where all their produce has come from, and they was telling me that so the apples that you will buy at Woolies and Coles, so when the season starts to end, they start freezing all of the produce. So they can keep giving you apples right through the, the cooler months. Yeah, right. So being from Tasmania, I've always grown up eating the most delicious apples. And, I remember eating one from Coles or Woolies, I can't remember which one, and I was like, this tastes disgusting. Why is this so foul? And then it sunk in when Deborah, who owns Ray's, she said to me, well, now you know, because they're freezing everything and it's not fresh. And I think it sucks because there's a lot of pressure on, obviously, the farmers. They want to have those contracts with the bigger companies so they can feed their families, but in turn they're having to. Yeah,
it's getting not only that, it's getting frozen on site there.
Yeah.
Then the guy on the forklift loads it into the truck. The truck is a refrigerated truck. It might drop in temperature. It might go up. Then it lands at the big shopping centre's factory.
Yeah.
Frozen again. Gets unloaded. Bazza, he didn't come in today, so we're just going to put him over there in those racks until Bazza comes in. Oh, I'm back, mate. All right. Yeah. Then he'll chuck it in the freezer and chuck it in the back of the truck, who's refrigerated to be chucked at the local. So that apple, that's nuts.
I know. It's a massive, massive thing. And unless I absolutely have to, I refuse to buy from the bulk. I'll go to from the bigger supermarkets. Every Saturday my thing is I go down to the Currumbin PBC markets. Oh yeah. I buy off one lady there. She's got an organic section and it's very reasonably priced. Yeah. And and there's also our friend
just down there, the new
what's his name? Having a mind blank.
Bazza.
The Tally Connection Road.
Yes.
So,
What's
so
his
he's there every
name?
Sunday.
Knife flipper. He's always flicking his knife around.
Anyway, it'll come to me. Yeah. He owns a restaurant at Merbar, actually. Really, so he gets a lot of... I try and spread the love. I hate just going to one place because I feel guilty if I don't go to somewhere else as well. But, it's good to have, I think, options and that's...
And feel great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so there's no excuse.
I've grown to really like awkward pauses lately.
Silence. We'll just sit here and look at each other.
Part now.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, I absolutely loved checking out your band the other day.
You reckon?
Yeah, I had an absolute ball. I was singing. I think you saw. We put up a little post afterwards because I was so happy. I just had to belt out a tune, which was awesome.
Actually, that became the our Facebook profile pic, or maybe it was Guy's pic.
Oh, really?
Photo of a beer and the thing in the background. This better be good. That's good.
Yeah, no, it was an awesome. I think.
Going to back. Yeah, sorry.
Well, I was just going to say we just get so caught up in our week that we're so busy, and I didn't even know that you were playing down there at the Surfy, and I said to Guy, we should go down. We need to go get out of the house and do something on our weekend for a change, and not be cooped up working all the time. But we went down there, and I planned to be there for an hour. No, I think we left after 3, and I didn't want to leave. I was holding on to the table.
And a lot of your friends showed up,
Yeah, we had a good crew there.
It was brilliant.
It's awesome.
Well, that's important in your business too.
Yeah.
I don't want to team up with a militant personal trainer or a fitness and nutrition person who I can't see enjoying themselves every now and then.
Yeah, you got to be able
with
to relate
friends,
to people.
like
yeah.
You know,
and I think that it is a hard thing to find balance because you're preaching to people, oh, you've got to do this and that, but you've still got to be a human as well. You've still got to, and as I said before, I love to have a glass of red and chocolate, and I think salt and pepper calamari that. Flash fried, yeah. So I'm not I don't like it really deep fried. I'm more flash fried. I think it was probably a little
flash fried. Never heard that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's just like nice and quick.
Just look at it.
But I mean that's something I wouldn't eat every day. Yeah. But hey,
you got to live. You got to laugh. You got to smile. You got to. Yeah.
That's it.
And
that's what it's all about.
What about devouring a bowl of chips and gravy? That's a bit too. Yeah, that actually makes you feel horrible.
Yeah, maybe a couple. Actually, I'm really into.
It's not even that good anymore.
No.
Once you start eating them, you're like,
If I've got the choice there between sweet potato and, I think grilled. Actually, we went to Grilled's got a really good healthy menu at the moment. Yeah. So I had a salad, and Guy always gets the sweet potato chips. There's one down at Cooley.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
My mate did all the electrical for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just told me 2 days ago.
They are a little bit expensive though.
Yeah, that's what he said.
A little bit overpriced.
Yeah. but sounds like they're
treat night.
What is it, like an expensive McDonald's?
Yeah,
that has healthier food.
Well, we when we went down there the other weekend, I think Guy got a burger, I got a salad with extra chicken because they never put enough chicken on there, and he got the side of sweet potato fries, and came to what was it, nearly $40? Oh, and a water, and nearly $40. And I went, excuse me, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
We could have gone probably to the surf club and
that is crazy.
Had a few other things.
Yeah. Well, I think I went to training or something early, and it was a Saturday morning, and I went back and I thought I know what I'll do because I got 2 little kids and my wife there.
Yeah.
I'll nip into the bakery and get them something.
Yeah.
So we got four drinks, juices.
Yeah.
And I said 4 pies. It was like 2 pies and like she's a veggie, so this and that. $36 or $39.
No way.
Which I don't even know if that's expensive or not. It just feels like it is.
It sounds expensive because
it just feels like it. Just like really, off the bakery.
You need to go there at a certain time of day when they're about to close.
Oh, that's right. It was you. Yeah.
So I don't eat bakery stuff because it doesn't sit well with me. But I remember Guy said the other week after his big 100K cycle, he said, "Oh, I'm going to go to the bakery," and I said, "I think it's going to close." It's that sort of early afternoon, and he rang me. He's like, "I just got like this and that for 50 cents." They were selling everything for 50 cents each.
I also got heartburn and about 4 extra kilos.
I was thinking that. I didn't say it, but
well, you know what? We've got animals at our place, right? So when there was a time that our neighbour went, look, all you have to do is go to one of the bakeries. We ended up going to the Pines, and it was every Thursday we had to meet this little manager bloke.
Yeah.
And fill up. We had to actually help clean the place, which really sucked. But we were filling up 2 garbage bags full of everything, all like every donut and everything they didn't.
Wow.
Thursday nights, 2 garbage bags full, putting them in the thing, walking out with the shopping trolley like rednecks, proper. Getting home, they were for all the animals. But I ended up just eating. What are those big things with pink the top with coconut?
Yeah.
Oh man, I had so much, and I had to stop.
Yeah, it's funny. Like you do those things, you think, oh yeah, I'm doing the right thing, and that it reminds me of. I don't know whether you knew, but I had a market there for a while I was just building up my PT. So I was going up to Miami Marquetta.
Wow. And
it was called Veg Out, and I've still got it kind of there if I want to do it, but PT is going really well, so I'm going to keep going with that. Yep. But yeah, it was like I was making all these raw desserts and like little salted caramel. It was all healthy, except still loaded with dates and nuts, and so
natural sugars and
calories.
Stuff.
It's still calories, in which people forget. A date I think is 70-something calories. In just one date. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're high, and you can pop. I can eat. Boom, like nuts.
That's like chocolate.
Yeah, they're easy.
Yeah.
So I was going up there and I was, doing really well and I was selling a lot, but they'd always come home with 5 or 6 and Guy and I would be like, okay, we'll just